Hey! Hi everyone, so I thought today I would film... Hello! She's talking along. Whenever I speak in the piggy room they all talk back, which is adorable, isn't it? So I thought I'd do an update video. I've tried filming this a couple of times already, but I've had some issues with my camera. Sometimes the files are just getting corrupt and I can't recover them. So round 3 I think this is, and we'll see how this goes. So sorry my voice sounds a bit funny as well. I have been poorly. I'm all better now. I just had a really stinky cold. So it's nice to be able to snuggle the guinea pigs again, because I try and avoid them a little bit when I'm poorly. I try not to get too close to them just in case. Oh yes. Pearl loves a fuss, don't you? So yeah, so Pearl's doing really well. She is 4.5 now, so she is getting a little bit old. She is now considered kind of an elderly guinea pig, really, don't you? So yeah, she's doing really well. She is looking a bit skinny and she's just kind of gone a little bit old, but she didn't lose a load of weight suddenly. It's just she's kind of gradually just getting a bit old and looking a bit older, really, don't you? And I find with age that her personality, when we first got her and Silver, her sister, when they were 3 years old, they came to live with us when they were 3, and Silver was very much the centre of attention, following me around, absolutely glued to me, whereas Pearl was very much in the background. She just liked to nap and she wasn't really that bothered. She was still very friendly, but I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? But yeah, as she's got older, she now loves to be the centre of attention, and she's got quite brassy as well. I'm sure if you see my last video, you'll see she now won't share food bowls or anything. If Lily's eating, she'll come and kick her out of the way and start eating. So I think she is now top of the pecking order with the herd. So she's actually got bossier as she's got older, and probably slightly less tolerant, haven't you? Oh, yes. So that's Pearly. Not much news really, other than, yeah, she's just getting old, but she is very, very happy, very healthy at the moment. We're keeping a very close eye on her, of course, and we're just making sure that, you know, there's nothing she has to stretch up to or nothing she has to clamber over, because obviously as they get older, there's more of a risk of them developing like joint issues and arthritis and stuff like that. So we're just making sure that she's happy, healthy and comfortable. Okay, so I'm back with Gizmo, who's already being a bit of a wriggly nightmare. Aren't you? So here he is. Now Gizmo and Jafar are doing really, really well. Gizmo, do you remember back when I went to the vets, he had a little cyst, and we had it tested and it wasn't cancerous or anything nasty, and basically we've just left it alone. The vet recommended that only if it's kind of interfering with his everyday life that we actually operate, and it's just stayed the same, which I'm really, really pleased about. So yeah, I just keep monitoring that. Every day I just get him out and make sure that it hasn't changed or grown or isn't getting like knocked or bumped or anything that could, you know, affect him. But he's doing really well with it, and I didn't actually realise how common they were. I was chatting to Skinny Pigs 1, and she said that one of her boys has got a few, and that she's only had one removed when it was in a kind of awkward place that was making it an issue. But yeah, so Gizmo's doing really well. He is my baby. There's something a little bit special about Gizmo. I love all of my animals to pieces, but I've got a bit of a special bond with Gizmo. Whenever I walk into the room, he just puts his feet up and he's like, look at me, and he talks to me, which sounds really weird. I'm gonna sound like a crazy person, but whenever I talk, he'll like week, 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 week back. It's really, really cute. And if I put on any music, he sings along. So Gizmo is my special boy. So yeah, Gizmo and Jafar are both doing very, very well, as is Lily. She's doing absolutely wonderfully. I still can't get over how gorgeous she is. If you look back on my channel, you can see the video of when she came to live with us, and she was a state. She had, what is your leg doing? She had a really bad infestation of lice. She'd been shaved, she was limping, she was really underweight, and she was going into stasis. She was just a state, and she's now this gorgeous girl. I didn't have a clue how gorgeous she would turn out to be, with these long flowing locks. She's absolutely gorgeous. Ollie's doing really well. He's shy, but he's, you know, that's just his personality. He'll take food out of my hand, but he is just a bit of a shy pig. But he's really loving living with the girls. And I think that's it for the pigs, really. There's not a huge amount of news with them, which is good, because normally there's something wrong. Now, with the piggies, I've never known animals to have so many health issues. It's probably because I do have 5 guinea pigs, so I am going to get problems, and I'm going to get them more frequently than people with, say, 1 guinea pig or 2 guinea pigs, because they should live in pairs. But I am going to get more health issues generally because I've got more animals. But they are so prone to so many different health issues. I went through a stage where I seemed like I was always at the vets, didn't I? Mainly with you. Now, Gizmo, actually recently he has poked his eye again, but just gave him some eye drops, and then that got better. We're now pretty clued up when it comes to eye issues because of how many issues we've had, mainly with Gizmo's eyes. But Gizmo is a bit of a silly pig and just runs into things with his eyeballs. Don't you? Yes. Oh, another issue that we did have actually, which I completely forgot about, was with Ollie. We had a very serious health issue or health scare at one point. Now, I went up into the pig room like I do to check the pigs before bed, and Ollie didn't come up running up to his bowl, which is weird because they have veggies in the evening and they always come running up. So that was really strange, and I looked for him and I found him in the cage, and he was just dribbling loads and kind of retching, making this sort of kind of action. Now, guinea pigs can't be sick, but it was like, what are you doing? It was like he had something lodged and he was trying to dislodge it. So I panicked, of course, and we rushed him up to the emergency vet. Now, whenever any of the pigs get anything wrong with them, it's always at a really inappropriate time of night or on a Sunday evening when the vets are closed, and it's just always a really awkward time. So we ended up at the emergency vets, where it's very expensive. It's £60 flat rate just before they'll even see you. So that's not including any treatment, any medicine, anything. So it's quite expensive. I panicked, rushed in there. They didn't know what it was. They checked, obviously, inside his mouth to check there was anything, to see if there was anything lodged. In the end, they did tests. They gave him medicine, and he ended up having a couple of X-rays, which I will insert in this video here, if I can work that out on my editing software, because I find it personally really fascinating to see all the inside of guinea pigs and how they work. I find that really interesting. So we had these X-rays, and they gave him a bit of anaesthetic because he wouldn't sit still, so they could get a really clear picture of what was going on the inside. And then when he came around, they rang me about 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me that they'd done it and he'd come round. And when he came round, he ate straight away, and he was just absolutely fine when he came round. The emergency vets then referred me to my usual vets the next morning when I went to pick him up, so they could give him another check over, because my usual vets is much better with small animals. So then we went over to them, and they gave him a check over and said, you know, there's nothing we can see wrong with him. So that was the end of it. But what I think had happened is that he'd got something lodged in his throat, and then when he was under anaesthetic, everything relaxed, and I think it must have just shifted, and then when he woke back up, it passed through normally. That's my theory on what's happened, but it just kind of shocked everyone, and no one quite knew what it was, so stumped them. That was what I was going for. Yeah, so no one knew what was going on, but we haven't had any issues since with him. He's been absolutely fine. But yeah, that was a bit of a scare that we had, but I think that was just one of those sort of strange things. Hey, oh, he's so cute. So yeah, that's it for updates with the piggies.